Iowa families are suing Iowa's new anti-LGBTQ law. Passed earlier this year, Iowa's new law bans books from school libraries and forbids teachers from raising LGBTQ issues. The law also inhibits student safety, requiring school administrators to notify their parents if the student wants to change their pronouns or name. The lawsuit was filed on behalf of Iowa Safe Schools, an organization that advocates for LGBTQ children and 7 Iowa students and their families. On the effects of this law that is having on Iowa LGBTQ students, high school senior Puck Carlson said, quote, "School is one of the main places that children read, and being able to access literature which you can see yourself is instrumental to a student's discovery of themselves. Penalties for violating the law will go into effect January 1st. School staff will begin to be at risk for disciplinary action if they don't follow the new law." Again, we've been covering stories similarly to this on the show. This is really kind of shifting into a really important topic, moving into next year's presidential election, right? And people are concerned. A lot of families, based on the article, are concerned about, what's going on. And, it really, like we said before, it comes down to what types of initiatives are elected officials put in place, regarding, education in these institutions, right?
Yeah, and with so many other LGBTQ bans being put in place in the US, unfortunately, this is not surprising to be seeing this kind of law being passed. But, you can obviously see the detriment and the effects that it's having on students. But yeah, like some of these other LGBTQ bans, some were mentioned in the NBC News article, but the restroom, the restricting transgender use of restrooms, banning treatments of puberty blockers and hormone therapy, the bans of drag queens, censorship in textbooks, all of that. And similarly, in not with LGBTQ history and rights, but in Florida, we've been seeing a lot of censorship coming from Ron DeSantis about Black history in America and all of those things in textbooks and censoring those. And while it is different and it is a different topic, it still is so detrimental to students who just, first of all, need to learn history and need to learn and to see role models and people that are just like them in books and in textbooks, and to have these things ripped away from them is not beneficial. Even if these lawmakers might think that they're saving these children, they're keeping them away from harm.
But it's
Yeah,
not
related.
letting them express who they are, and that's like the problem when it comes to this. But there's just like two sides of the story. It's like, some parents think that, oh, like it's good for them not to know about these books because we want to isolate them from these things that are happening in our generation today, and some see it as, it is a problem, and it's just you just don't know like what the outcome of this will be, and it's sad to see because so many students at that time of that in their younger generations are just learning who they are, and not being able to express that is something that's going to affect them later on in their life in the future.
Definitely,
Great.
Nicole.
Yeah, great insights that you guys are bringing, to the show today. I mean, going off of that, it kind of relates to what we said before. Like like you said, Nicole, some parents don't want this to happen, and that kind of relates to just the different lawmakers in place for them to exercise their civil right to elect into office, if that happens or not. And going specifically with like you said before, state of Florida, with Governor DeSantis, also running for president next year, right, in 2024. This week, actually, he's going to be debating California Governor Gavin Newsom live Thursday night, I think, on Fox. So again, that just relates to just more of a, I guess, platform for both governors to just further talk about this issue amongst a lot of other issues, of course. But it's just more just because it's an ample time, to really show what they bring to the table, for parents to, elect them into office or not, and if, whether that's what they want, like I said before, for education, right? Which is, it's going to be a really telling time for how it's going to play out, for next year's, like we said, 2024 presidential election.
Yeah, even in the recent midterm elections that happened a few weeks ago,
that was an off. It was an off year, Nicole. It wasn't a midterm.
Yeah,
off year. It was an off year.
Wow, Nicole.
It's okay. It's all right. It's okay.
But yeah, they did mention things about gender rights and all of that, which was included in that off year election.
Yeah, I mean, it's people continuously have that right to exercise their civil right, and it's going to be magnified, like we said before, in about a little less than a year now. Early November of next year, we're going to be bringing up this topic amongst a lot of other topics, because I'm going to have a new set of administration, in the White House for the next 4 years after that. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about in the future, look forward to, similar, such as stuff to get to at the rest of the show. But before that, I've got to take a little break here in the Morning Buzz. We'll be right back with more of the show. Of the iconic Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center between 49th and 50th Street in Manhattan will take place. The 91st celebration will be hosted by musician Kelly Clarkson and other things besides just musician. It will be broadcasted on NBC and Peacock, with the show commencing at 8 p.m. and the tree scheduled to be lit around 10 p.m. This year's tree specifically will stand at 80 feet tall and 43 feet wide. It has been adorned with over 50,000 LED lights. The crown of the tree is a 900-pound Swarovski crystal designed by prominent architect Daniel Libeskind. Multiple celebrities from the music and entertainment industry will be present, such as Cher, Barry Manilow, Seth MacFarlane, and Broadway's Rockettes. The tree will be lit every day from 5 a.m. to midnight, with an exception for Christmas Day, when it will be illuminated for 24 hours, being taken down January 13th. To consider this city and Rockefeller Center my home is something I'm very excited for. I can't imagine a better way to kick off Christmas this year and be part of this beautiful New York tradition with the lighting of the tree, Clarkson said. Additionally, another aspect of New York City to look out for during the tree lighting is that the streets around Rockefeller Center will be closed to cars between the times of 11 a.m. and 12 a.m. every day. The cross streets on East 51st Street and 48th Street between 5th and 6th Avenues allow pedestrians to view the tree and enjoy other festive sights this holiday season, and the changes will remain into effect throughout the new year until around the second week in January, which is when the spring semester actually begins almost. So those things are going to be set in place there. So let me ask you guys, is it a tradition for you to go to the city during spring break or
Winter break?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Winter break, yeah. Do you guys go there often or no? To see the Christmas tree?
I'm gonna be so honest. I don't know if I've ever actually seen the Christmas tree.
Really, Gwen?
Yeah. Every year I'm like, oh, it's pretty. Maybe I want to go see it. And then I never go.
I've seen it before, and It is pure chaos.
It is. No, I think
It's
that's a great way
not
to put it.
worth it. It's a big tree.
Honestly, like watching it from your television is so much nicer.
Wow,
Just
yeah.
because
Warm.
you're
Warm,
interested, because
cozied up.
you're warm.
You know, it's the same way with the New Year's
Yeah, New Year's
ball.
ball.
With, like,
I
the
would
balls
never ever want to stand in the cold.
because people literally like. So I remember one year it was like raining on New Year's,
Yep.
and people will be out there all day
Yeah.
in ponchos, and
And
I'm like,
you're not allowed to use the
dedication
bathroom.
I don't have.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to use the bathroom either. Well, I mean, I'm in the same boat with you guys. I'm a lifelong New Yorker. Nicole's a lifelong New Yorker. We don't want to do that. People who do that are probably like tourists, right? You can imagine.
You don't know me.
Do you do that, Alex?
No, I don't do any of these things. I went to the tree once.
How was it?
Not the tree like lighting. We just went to go look at the tree, and it was like a bunch of people, and we all stood around and be like, "How long do we look at this thing before we go home?"
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean,
You know, there's actually there's a very beautiful tree right in downtown Montclair. So you don't even have to go to the Rockefeller Center. It's actually right next to the Wellmont Theater. I'm unsure if they have lit it yet. I'm assuming it's happening soon since this one is being lit. But yeah, that one is pretty and very close by.
yeah, I mean,
Not as big though.
It's these types of things. It attracts a lot of people that come around, right? As we said before, and a lot of Kelly Clarkson, prominent musician, host of her own show, of her own talk show, and we can expect a lot of people to be part of it, right? And specifically, regarding this topic, of the Rockefeller lighting tonight, there is an update from the New York Police Department, according to NBC.com. The NYPD is expecting Palestinian supporters to protest at the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting. They still encourage families to come out to the tree lighting, noting that they will ensure safety and won't allow any demonstrations to disrupt the annual celebration. Many people will be in Midtown, so the New York Police Department is preparing for the high possibility of security threats, and that just relates to people recognizing opportunities to be present, right? And this is one of them. With national broadcast on NBC, lots of people going to be there, and it's important that people are safe, during the event, regardless of what they're doing there. So that's just another thing to look out for tonight, with the big event coming around to celebrate the Christmas season, with the lighting, right? And now we have from Nicole. So Nicole did an interview with Santi Calais with she had to sit down with Dr. Fanny Loby, an associate professor of political science here at Montclair State. Talk about informative political science happening every artist in the music industry. And that's with Ariana Grande, as according to Billboard.com. It has been 9 years since the popular holiday single Santa Tell Me was released by the iconic pop singer. Grande is celebrating by sharing a throwback video featuring clips from the song's festive video that was shot back in 2014. In the video, she wears a Christmas sweater, reindeer ears, and her iconic half-up ponytail. She's also been giggling with her backup dancers on the set as she had her face in the covers of a cozy bed while wearing a truly one-of-its-time cheetah print fur hat. Passing holiday season, the song seems to climb up to new heights, with last year being peak number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, even though the song was released 8 years prior.
That's really not surprising in the way that I feel like any kind of iconic Christmas song was always chart. Always, yeah. Like the Mariah Carey one, I mean, like she always spikes around this time, but like any of these other Christmas songs, like
It's the one by Justin Bieber, because that's the one that's coming to me.
Baby.
Shawty with you.
No. He has Nicole.
Yeah.
Mistletoe. That's it.
Oh, that's what you're
That's
saying.
it.